the positioning of this administration and information management for innovation, sustainable development, and global competitiveness. It is on this note, standing on existing protocol, we want to sincerely welcome all the principal officers of this university. We have the Vice Chancellor that has been introduced before, Professor Kakuro. Also seated here is the registrar of this institute, our great institute, Dr. Oyebola Ayomi. Sincerely welcome, we have thank you for gracing this occasion. We have Dr. Adewale here, the Director of Academic Planning. We have the Josa. This is School Retired here. Welcome and thank you, ma'am. We have the head of Human Resources here, Mr. Fatoki. Thank you, sir. We sincerely appreciate you, sir. Thank you for taking out time to be with us. We want to appreciate all the days, Dean of Education, Dean of Information and Communication Sciences, and other things are naturally every represented by either physically here or represented by somebody in the department. Thank you all for coming. I'm Dr. Sophia Adeyeye of the Information Management Department of this university. Our university is still admitting students. We are open for discussion. Please take the opportunity of your being around to visit the admission office for advice. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Adeyeye. I want to also recognize the presence of the chairman of this conference, Professor Ebe Idowolayinka from the University of Ibadan, who is ably represented by Professor Oyesoji Aremu. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much. On this side of the hall, we have members of the Board of Trustees of the National Institute of Office Administrators and Information Managers. I earlier introduced Dr. Ogabi, who is the Dean School of Management, Yaba College of Technology. Thank you very much, ma'am. We also have Dr. Mrs. C.B. Iroidoro, who is also a member of the BOT and the Dean, School of Communication and Information Technology, the Federal Polytechnic Ilaro State. You are welcome. As we are gathered today, all this recognition and introduction, we are not just doing them, we are doing them on behalf of all members of National Institute of Office Administrators and Information Managers. And of course, the president herself, an elegant woman, a dynamic person, very hardworking. She is an administrator par excellence. Join me as I introduce to this august gathering the president of the National Institute of Office Administrators and Information Manager, Dr. Tolulope Adeneko.
Thank you, everybody. In the spirit of introducing, we want to quickly introduce our special awardees. We have on our list Professor Jide Oweye, Chairman City University, Ibadan. Honorable Yemi Lawal, Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Osun State. Dr. Olusegun Aluko, Director, Federal Polytechnic, Ilaro State, ably represented by Dr. Iroido. So she's wearing two caps today. She's a member of the BOT. At the same time, she's representing one of the awardees, Director of Federal Polytechnic, Ilaro State. Please, a round of applause for her. She's here. We have our dear professor, the Dean of the PG School University. She's our pride, and we love her dearly. Professor Afrola, the Dean of PG School University. We have Dr. Ola Adeyemi, Chairman of Abuja FCT. Thank you, sir. On our list also, we have Alhaji Fatai Ikule, Chairman, National Rotary Regulatory Commission, Abuja FCT. We are still expecting him to be here very soon. We have a reverend, a man of God, in our midst as an awardee of our institute. Reverend Dr. Edward Kenjala, the popularly known as NIOAIM, our senior lead pastor, Molete Baptist Church, Ibadan. Thank you, sir. More grace and anointing, sir. We also have in our midst here represented by Elijah Bashirat Alimu, Chief Yomi Otubela, FCMA, National President, National Association of Proprietors and Private Schools, Nigeria. Thank you, ma'am. As I take it to NIOAIM, your students come and school with us, study with us here. We have serene environment, we have facilities, and we have friendly and able lecturers. On the list, we have Dr. Olayinka Joel MOM, founder Fresh FM radio station, Southwest Nigeria. We are expecting you to. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, ma'am. The next item on the agenda on our program here is the national anthem. Please, let's rise for the national anthem. This item. University, the cradle of the leaders, the hopes and dreams are given time, and drive for great attainment, the motivation and inspiration, the dedicated, educated, stand in peace and love, from different cultures, beautiful pictures. University. We are the leaders of our great nation, and that's one great mission. God has called us behind.
spirit of introduction, to sincerely apologize to Professor Iyabengeleye is the father of librarianship in Nigeria. He's here to represent and his presenter, Professor Iyabengeleye, you are sincerely welcome.
We sincerely apologize once again for that mission. You're welcome, sir. As a matter of fact, we are all proud to be recognized with Leeds City University. Apart from being the host of this event, we have seen the exemplary and the esteemed remain quality of the Vice Chancellor, and of course the chairman of the university itself, which reflects in the spirit, the culture, and the value system in the university that we see in the team of resource and dynamic persons in the aim of affairs of this university. The Vice Chancellor, sir, thank you very much for everything.
Yes. Now, I want to call on the President of National Institute of Office Administrators and Information Marketers, the person of Dr. Tolulope Adeleko, to give our opening and welcome address. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. We are happy to welcome you here. To formally deliver the welcome address. The chairman of the conference will be represented by Professor Iyabengeleye, the Honorable Commissioner for Information, Culture and Tourism, Honorable Wasi Olatubosun, represented by the Permanent Secretary, Dr. Bumikubola, the Honorable Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Osun State, represented by the Senior Special Assistant. Let's get him. The Pro-Chancellor of Leeds University, the Chairman Board of Trustees of NIOAIM, Professor NIOAIM, the Vice Chancellor, Leeds University, and Chief Host of the conference, Professor K. Adeyemo, the Registrar, Leeds University, members of NIOAIM Board of Trustees, then present. Keynote presenter, Professor Iyabengeleye, lead paper presenters, Professor Gabriel Alegbeleye and Professor Joseph Odemiwa, Royal Fathers of today, His Royal Majesty, Oba Dr. Solomon Olagoke Akinola Oyeyodeti, the Oromiyan One of Okoland, and His Royal Majesty, Oba Sunday Oladapo Oyediro, Onipekwetu of Ijeneland, is on display. The honorary fellowship awardees, starting from the Pro-Chancellor of the University and Chairman, DOT, Professor Jiji Honorable Olayemi Lawal, Architect Dr. Olusegun Okabuku, Dr. Kola Adeyemi, Reverend Dr. Edward Alabi, Dr. Olayinka Joel Ayefele, Alhaji Fatai Ibikunle, Chief Yomi Otubela, ably represented by Alhaji Basirat Alimi, the management staff of Leeds University, the registrar, Dr. Oyebola Ibosa, Mrs. Olakunbi Taiwo, the university librarian, Mr. Olanrewaju Oshalini, the director of academics, Dr. Ade Adewale, director of Senate and Council Affairs, Mr. Segun Fatoki, other directors in Leeds University here present, the Dean Faculty of Communication and Information Sciences,
Professor Lambert Ikebuzo, Dean Postgraduate School, Professor Lakemi Orede, other deans of faculties in health, a leader in environment, Department of Information Management, Professor E.A. Ewart, the Dean of Faculty of Science, University of Ibadan, Professor Halemule Bakari, deans from other institutions, other professors from the Premier University, Professor Abolari, representing the Provost of the College of Postgraduate Studies, Bangkok University, Professor Wole Olatokun, Dr. Irene Adetibiri, Dr. Alonge, HOD Information Resource Management, Bangkok University, Dr. Hima Bukoma. HODs in LC here present, these and HODs of other institutions, invited guests, teaching and non-teaching staff of LCU, NIOAIM executive members, NIOAIM fellows, conference planning committee, and other members of NIOAIM, students of the Department of Information Management, gentlemen of the press. I thank God for a day like this, that our newly birthed but well-renowned and fast-growing institute is holding its first national conference. The National Institute of Office Administrators and Information Managers, NIOAIM, was born of the passion to take a peep into the multidimensional problems that secretaries face in their various places of work and the need to provide solutions to these problems that will be reassuring to everyone. It is important to know that the Office and Information Management profession is a noble one with a high level of job opportunities and lots of talent, benefits for competent and skilled professionals. However, the profession has been faced with lots of discerning challenges, such as unjustifiable subordination, assignment of demeaning roles, responsibilities, and stressful work schedule since the evolution of secretarial profession. This trend has since been very worrisome, and it was high time the challenges were addressed more decisively and intellectually in consonance with emerging trends and innovation in office and information management, culminating in bringing together all information managers in offices, registries, libraries, the health sector, business organizations, and others in a relatively new but fast-growing institute as members of the professional family. Essentially, therefore, the ultimate aim of the institute is to bring the attention of the world to the beautiful roles that office administration and information management, as well as their practitioners, play in the modern administrative system. We intend to show that the practitioners are the engine room of every organization through academic exposure, networking, knowledge sharing, and skill enhancement for career development. The specific objectives of this institute are to promote career/professional mentoring among members, update members on evolving trends and innovations across the globe on the study and practice of office management and information management, expose members to job openings opportunities in the labor market, help enhance the employability job rating of members, and boost their competencies by re-examining and training them. Register each member under the category of membership he or she is qualified for in line with the stipulated criteria in the institution. Accord due recognition to members who have made their marks in knowledge and skills impartation of OTL, OIL, LIS, IRM, HIM, or other information management to students in various institutions. Vision statement. To champion innovation in the field of office management and information management with a view to the branding practitioners for greater recognition, respect, and excellence. Our mission statement: to promote knowledge, skills, and experiences of members by organizing seminars, workshops, conferences, and conducting qualifying examinations to rebrand practitioners in the field of office management and information management. Motto: rebranding for greater recognition, respect, and excellence. Our BOT members, Board of Trustees members, include Professor Chichi Owueye, Professor Pro-Chancellor, Chairman of Council, Titi University, Ibadan, State, yes. Examining our daily capacity for the next 3 years by the grace of God. We also intend to set by commencing the building project of our institute very soon. We may be contacting our high in accomplishing the aim and objectives of our business on one hand, and in addressing human resource issues pertaining to the profession of health, administration, and information management, and the other hand. In addition, the professional development workshop in the scheme, upskilling for professionalism in information age, is aimed at improving the skill for secretary, office management, administrators, and information management for success in their everyday conduct in their various organizations. The session adequately impacts knowledge of paper writing, research, now, is open to every administrator, information manager, that is, one administration, management, and information manager. You can be a mentor. I don't even know how you move or manager without managing information. The relevance of participant lies in involving valuable information management in various fields and professions. There are no religious, tribal, or ethnic barriers. The entire country is our. We look forward to when our programs will be holding in Calabar, Enugu, Sokoto, Benin, and other parts of the country by the grace of God. It is our aim to build a legacy that all of you will be proud of at the end of the day. In conclusion, I welcome the chairman of the conference, who have accepted to preside over the conference, but was unavoidably absent from being represented by the keynote presenter of the day. We welcome our special guests there present. We welcome our keynote presenter. We welcome our lead paper presenters, our father from the Department of Information Resources Management, Professor Gabriel Alegbeleye. We appreciate your love for young upcoming scholars. Professor Joseph Odemwiwa, we know that we are not, if not for your love for this noble profession. Thank you for all you are doing to bring office management and information management profession to limelight. If not for your humbleness, we are not qualified to invite you here. I also want to appreciate our royal fathers, His Royal Majesty, Oba Dr. Solomon Olagoke Akinola Oyeyode II, the Oromiyan I of Okoland, who are accepting to be the royal father of the day. We also welcome all our awardees. We must say that we have found fathers in you. All of you are my mentors, friends, fathers from different spheres of life. I welcome all our respected professors from the University of Ibadan. My dean, my family friend from the Faculty of Science, Professor Adekunle Bakari, Professor Abolarin from the Babcock University, the dean of my faculty, Faculty of Education and Information Science, all other staff here present, and all deans from who, despite your exalted positions, have never looked down on us anytime there is a clarion call on you from our end. I warmly and personally welcome all our honorary awardees. Architect Dr. Shegun Aliko, represented by Dr. Iwedo, Dr. Kola Adeyemi, coming all the way from Abuja. We welcome you, sir. Alhaji Fatai Ibekule, represented by Mr. Femi Adeshope. I don't know if he's there now. Thank you for coming, sir. We welcome you. Reverend Dr. Edward Kehinde Alabi, thank you so much, sir. We welcome you. The lead pastor for Native Baptist Church, Ibadan. Chief Yomi Otugala, FCMK, the National President, National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools, Nigeria, ably represented by my friend, Elijah Basirat Alimi. Thank you for accepting to come. Dr. Olayinka Joel Ayefele, we are expecting you. You are welcome, sir. Good to have you around. We are so glad to welcome you here, sir. Founder, Fresh FM radio station, Southwest, Nigeria. You are all my fathers. You are all my mentors. You are all my friends. Okay? Honorable Olayemi Lawal, ably represented by Senior Special Assistant, and our special guest of today, Dr. Bumi Babalola, representing the Honorable Commissioner. Sorry, I can't recognize everyone. My chairman is there now. Professor Gideon Way, Pro-Chancellor of Lit University and Chairman VOC, NIOAIM. I have mentioned that he's my father, he's my mentor, and I have grown to this level under his watch and care. We appreciate you for being there always. So I welcome all my colleagues and friends, DU alumni, the President, Dr. Kehinde Odusi, LCU alumni, all conference participants, members of staff and students of Lit University, University of Ibadan, the Federal Polytechnic Ilaro, the Polytechnic Ibadan and other institutions, gentlemen of the press and everyone present here. We can't mention your name, know that we value your presence with us, but we won't be able to delay further by mentioning all the names of people here. We are indeed honored with your presence. I wish you all a successful and impactful conference. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, everyone. While the president was reading her speech, one of the honorary came in, two of them, rather. Professor Gigi Owoye, she has been introduced by the president, but we still want to introduce him. Professor Gigi Owoye is here, and Dr. Olayinka Joel Ayefele. Thank you. Standing on existing protocol, we quickly move to the opening address by the chief host. Our own VC, Professor Kaji, Vice Chancellor, East University Ibadan.
Thank you. Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Please permit me to stand on the existing protocol that has been established by the president of the institute, because we have a long list. I especially welcome you all to Lee City University, the first private university in Ibadan. I'm delighted to welcome you all to the first National Conference of National Institute of Office Administrator and Information Managers. The National Institute of Office Administrator and Information Managers was established in November 2020 and had an inauguration vis-a-vis a meeting induction on December 5, 2020. The Institute aims at promoting office administration and information management as well as the practitioners through academic exposure, networking, knowledge sharing, and skill enhancement for career development. That's one of the reasons why this university promotes the growth and the development of the institute. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme for the conference is repositioning office administration and information management. Without preempting our distinguished speakers, office administration is a system of arranging, sorting out, organizing, and controlling office exercise with a view to accomplish business targets and objectives, and is concerned with our provisions and viable execution of the office work. The accomplishment of office business relies on productivity, adequacy, and the effectiveness of the management. Information management is the entirety of technical, operational, and social function of a system that used to handle information, individual, social network of individuals, organization, business, and government, all engaged in some form of information management. They organize information, they used to communicate, to record history, and to share, store, and create meaningful information. Information management affects organization and give access to all the stakeholders. It may be interesting to know that office administration and information management helps in promoting innovations. It helps in retaining talent and inculcating sense of loyalty in office staff. They provide leadership, managing changing, and maintaining public relations. It also enables the candidates to have knowledge of the main features of the integrated packages with reference to work processing, database, spreadsheet, and PowerPoint. At Lee City University, we provide a platform for exchange of ideas and incubation of innovative postulations that may expand frontiers of knowledge and enhance societal growth by providing qualitative training with innovative methods that guarantee balanced education, sound judgment, and character. Equally important, I welcome all our distinguished guests, all the delegates and participants at this conference to the one embrace to embrace and facilitating ambience of the first private university in the Babylon. I would like to thank the distinguished guests for honoring our invitation for this occasion in spite of their tight schedule of responsibility. I especially welcome Professor Abel Inuwolayinka, the immediate past Vice Chancellor of the University of Ibadan, and congratulate him on the successful completion of his tenure. I congratulate you, sir, for your landmark achievement over this period. You took up the mantle of leadership in the University of Ibadan. You are president. Thank you. You deserve it. You deserve it. You have done wonderfully well for the University of Ibadan. I salute you and wish you more of the Lord grace in your future undertaking. And is today ably represented by an indefatigable professor, that's Professor Oyeshoji Aremo, the head of the Department of Counseling and Women Studies Development, University of Ibadan. Prof, we appreciate you. I also appreciate permit me to appreciate the president, Dr. Adenoko, and his board members for organizing this conference. We appreciate you for your job well done. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the council and top management of Lee City University and the National Administrator and Information Management, I highly welcome you all to our campus. Let us make friends, let's form networks, build synergies, maximize this ceremony for a symbiotic relationship. I urge the members of the Institute to uphold the tenet of transparency, accountability, and integrity in the leadership of the membership of the Institute. I look forward to an exciting conference. I hope that we shall be well informed on recent developments in information management and communication technology in this conference. As the chief host of this program, I hereby declare the conference open. Thank you for my
that was a very warm, inspiring, and articulate address by the chief host, Professor Adenoko. Thank you very much, sir. In the spirit of recognition, I want to.
Yes, sir, I need to go and sleep.
Our lead paper, one of our lead paper presenters,
Joseph
But then we are the
National
advisor
Institute of Office of Administrators
on technical
and Information Managers. It's inviting you to ìgbà tí mo wá SAO lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ I network much. So I now wanted to rejoin class back. There is a distance today.
Thinking that at the Lee City University this morning, I will have just a mission. I woke up this morning and I saw a missed call. I checked my phone. It happened to be that of my former boss, former faculty of the University of Ibadan, Professor Idowu Olayinka. I had to return the call. Sir, I saw your missed call. I said, yes. I think you are supposed to be at the Lee City University this morning. I said, yes. So I want to add to your body that you should represent me at the conference. Where he is at the retreat at Ilaji, and also supposed to be there. We have a very long list of dignitaries. We'll take that off to recognize the founder and the chairman of Lee City University, Mr. Jide Owueye. And we stand. Mr. Ambassador, sir, I will deliver your message to the Vice Chancellor of Professor Idowu Olayinka. Because I'm a Baptist, and I celebrate that everywhere I go. I represent my father in the Lord. Sorry, I represent my father in the Lord. Reverend Dr. Edward K. Kanyarabi. Good to see you, sir. And because I happen to cherish culture, I also recognize KBC, the honorary one for Poland, His Royal Majesty Baba Dr. Solomon Onado, also a Baptist. My father is here, the former king of the Department of Education, I recognize you, sir. Distinguished people, presenters are here. Everybody, I recognize you. I'm aware that the association, the National Institute of Office Administrators and Information Managers, is just having the very first conference. So I congratulate the association and the president. I wish you well the years ahead. The theme of the conference is repositioning office administrators and information managers for innovation, sustainable development, and global competitiveness. That theme is loaded. I'm sure that the paper presenters and even the other papers, this will be properly trashed out. But I must stress that there are emerging issues when it comes to information management. So I believe that this conference will enable you to be able to touch these emerging issues. And that night, I urge you to think ahead of the challenges when it comes to information management. This we have the social media, we have everything, so you have to think about this very well. And then again, you have to think also, how do you make office administrators? How do you make information managers to be able to be much more professional in handling information? These are the things I think the conference should touch. Having said that, I want to tell you here that I have accomplished my first mission this morning. Thank you, God bless.
Thank you, sir. Professor. Thank you for representing Professor Edna. So we quickly move to the next agenda of the program, which is good messages from the Commissioner for Information, Culture and Tourism in Oyo State, ably represented by Mrs. Kusoma Adetuji, Director, Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism in Oyo State.
Thank you very much. I'd like to stand on existing protocol. I bring greetings from the Honorable Commissioner for Information, Culture and Tourism, Oyo State, Dr. Wasi Olatiposo, who is unavoidably absent here today. As a partner and stakeholder in the information management, I congratulate the National Institute of Office Administrators and Information Managers on its conference. And also, we'd like to pledge our partnership with the conference in the area of capacity building for our information officers. And I'd like to wish the conference a successful one. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. I'd also like to invite Dr. Bubi. Thank you. So, starting on existing protocol, we will move to the next program, the next agenda of the program, which is the keynote address by Professor Wisokari. One is there, I'm going to go through citation, a brief version of the citation. Professor Amos Wisokari, Head, Department of Counseling and Human Development Studies, University of Ibadan. Professor Amos Wisokari is a professor of counseling, criminal justice and open distance education, Faculty of Education. He holds joint appointments with the Department of Guidance and Counseling and Institute of Peace and Strategic Studies. He also teaches in the Faculty of Law of the university. Professor Aremu, who has published extensively in local and international non-read journals, has over 150 papers, including 6 books and 28 chapters in books to his credit. Professor Aremu has consistently contributed and served with the university over the years in various capacities. Professor Aremu has also served with the University of Ibadan as a member Senate of the University 20.
Social media, we have everything, so we have to think about it very well. And then,
Vice Chancellor,
you have to
in May, June 2015.
also, how do you make office administrators? How do you make information managers to be able to be professionals
and directors, members, center boards,
the things and the confession trash? Having said
officer, March 5, 2009.
Yes.
Professor Aremu has contributed to national and international development as follows. Executive, external examiner at various universities, including Obafemi University, State University, Medical Education, and so forth. Also, he has served as a member, Education Management Board, Nigerian Practice Convention, April 2014 to June 30, 2020. He was also a member, Regional Training and Research Institute for Open and Distance Learning, National Open University of Nigeria, Abuja, 2007. National Coordinator, universities in Nigeria, contribute to national issues as follows.
that, I want to tell you here that I have accomplished my first mission this morning. Thank you, God bless.
Many others. Programs of Peace, Commonwealth Fellow and Visiting Scholar, Institute of Criminal Justice Studies, University of Portsmouth, United Kingdom, African Institute of South African Fellow, Fellow Society of Peace Studies and Practice. He's also a member of many learned society and journals. He has successfully supervised submission. Thank you for Master's Professor. I'm move to the next agenda of the program, which
Thank you so much, who at a point
every represented by Director of Information Technology.
today is my second visit to listen to you. The first visit was 4 years ago, and it was on
Information Control Authority, or yes, who is one of the here today. And stakeholder in the information management. I congratulate the National Institute of Office Administrator and
the organizer of this first.
And also, we'd like to pledge our partnership with the conference in the area of capacity building for our information officers. And I'd like to wish
management
a successful one. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. So I can follow what I'll be doing here. It is my pleasure to be invited to give a lead paper at the conference team, which I would not ordinarily have attended if I received the flyer. My reason is simple. I'm not a member of the association, neither do my scholarship interrogate knowledge in the core team of this conference. However, as a pragmatic scholar, and given my recent name from law in e-learning and open distance education, I have in the last few years been researching and advocating in the area of which has some similarities with the theme of this conference. On the last premise, I'm solid and ready to go because I am on the familiar terrain, the beginning. In the beginning of human race, there were obvious inactivity. The Bible says in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 2a, that the world was formless and empty. And God said, now, let us create and form the world. So at this point, can we imagine what the world would look like then? Can we imagine what kind of the world would have been if this generation is now in their world? What am I talking about? God Almighty engineered the first communication, and this runs to verse 3, verse 31 of the book of verse 31 of the book of Genesis chapter 1. On the God was delighted in communication-driven creation of the world. I'm saying that God was the first communicator and is today a communicator. As human race evolves, knowledge through which manipulation and transformation of the society are also being discovered through trials and errors. Once the knowledge is acquired, it is stored and protected as a form of information to be shared for the common good. Of kept confidential, not to remain ahead of others who are yet to establish understanding of the dynamics of nature. Nations, regions, or society rich in knowledge are judged as great. Africans were foremost human race to hold the
of leadership in respect to knowledge discovery, and thereby having a status as a capital of civilization. Civilization was assumed to be caused by acquisition of knowledge and generation of information. At a point, the competition becomes fierce among nations in terms of knowledge acquisition and information generation. The more a nation unravels a situation in nature, the more they are knowledgeable. And the better information they generate, the greater their ratings among the League of Nations. The quest for dominion over other nations and thus to become one power worsens the competition, and this leads to more efforts to break forth, invent, and come out with innovative mechanisms through which the world continues to witness series of industrial revolution, emancipation, and establishment of formal organizations. As the world evolves, more and more information are generated and traded the base of goals of stakeholders desire to accomplish. As human beings also strive, information worthy of changing the status quo is generated across the world without any systematic attempt to manage information for optimum use. This is very sad. It has earlier been reiterated that Africa was foremost in knowledge acquisition and information generation. However, at the point, the crown was lost to other continents of the world until today. Africa as a continent has not been able to level up with the dominion power of other continents, even in Asian countries. It's imperative then with a view to properly situate some concerns. How do we lose it as a continent? Country, which is a significant part of Africa, where are we called the giant, yet poorly in the pace of development? Again, how best we conceptualize information management and dissemination science given our challenges? Have we ever what is even our ranking? How about our challenge like COVID-19? The above question will our thoughts as we go through is the information, reality, and ethics. The term information has been used differently in literature. It could be used to connote very meaning by different professionals. It could also be used to mean representation of knowledge. That is, information that is stored traditionally, the storage medium we are used to in the form of books. This is electronic use storage. We can then ask ourselves, how far do we accept internet regime? I want to ask the chairman of this university here and the BC, how about the regime of paperless? These days, more of meetings are done online, and in so doing, we are able even to conserve funds. We can ask ourselves, how far do we go without the tool? Data in the environment. Through this, information can be obtained from a range of environmental stimuli, which are not all intended to convey a message, but which can be informative when properly interpreted. Another essence of information is communication process. This has different processes and could mean many things depending on the context, mood, and psychology of the environment. Some sense of nostalgia, the primary school Yoruba, we are taught as follows: Omo Oju, Omo Ibi, then Omo. I will ask you, when you are growing up, which category do you belong? I belong to Omo Oju. I don't know the classification you belong, but sure, communication does take place with this. Ladies and gentlemen, I have talked about the founding generation of the child era and optimal respect at home, society, and school. I'm not talking of this generation, which is taking over by all citizens in the society. We have this day, we have all the generation, which is on a communication with negative way. Information processing and information are used to destroy humanity these days. We also what happened was the last 4 weeks before, that this thought that 17, 18, 19 had to disembark the egg of the egg. That is the information for you being used in a negative way. They ask, how did they get this? They said they got to do this on the Facebook. How did we make information communication and management and winning if the peace on the future of the science? That challenge you want to learn because the information is a commodity. You should be processed and transmitted in a more seamless way. For your information, in one of the courses I teach in the undergraduate class is communication psychology of communication. In this course, I identify the following as key to information dissemination: the sender, the message, and the receiver. In between are the channels through which information is processed and disseminated. But you know what determines whether the message will be well received or not? It is the quality of the message and the integrity of the sender. Two things here: the emancipation and establishment of formal organizations. As the world evolves, more and more information are generated and traded based on goals of stakeholders the way desire to accomplish. As people of the time, information worthy of changing the status quo is generated. Any lesson across the world without any systematic attempt to manage information for optimum use. This is very sad. It has earlier been reiterated that Africa was foremost in knowledge acquisition and information generation. However, at the point, the cow was lost to other population until today. Africa as a continent has not been able to level up with the dominion power of subcontinents even then with a need to properly situate some concerns. How do we lose it as a continent? Which is a segment of Africa, where are we called the giant from death falling in the pace of development? Again, how do we conceptualize information management and dissemination science our challenges? Have we ever reached sensitivity of information and desire to prevent the sources? What is even our rank information management? Our challenge and like COVID-19 management. The other question we have our thoughts as we go through is the information, the term information has been used differently in literature. The dissemination of knowledge. This information that is stored traditionally is stored which we are used to employ in form of books. This information external information resources as ourselves and the Association of Technology for Arming these different sources. How far do we access limited to files? The power of this university here and the big city. How the regime of paperless. A lot of meetings are done in information management to all dimensions. I also began to improve the field of data maintenance. No longer was even by the late 1990s, when information was regularly disseminated across computer networks, and by other electronic means, networking managers in a set became information managers. These individuals found themselves tasked with increasingly complex tasks, hardware and software, which many of them cannot manage. The latest tools available, information management has become a powerful resource at a large expense for many organizations. The 21st century is characterized as an era of information explosion. Information used to be a scarce resource that organization protects with all means possible and enjoy unlimited monopoly. On the contrary, the advent of information technologies usher in information explosion. Information managers and office administrators are constantly embattled with the situation where they need to maintain equilibrium between excess identifying the useful ones for predetermined goals. The conventional routine for information managers has been in the form of collecting, storing, retrieving, and disseminating information for that purpose in an organization, using manual and conceptual skills in form of generating files, documents, and managing organizational information. Challenges confronting information managers in the 21st century are used to destroy humanity these days. Founded information management and dissemination. We are then subject this standard 1780 at the bottom. The 21st century has ushered in era of technological proliferation. Competition the death of the dead. That is the information proliferation. And not the information this project got to do with insufficient information that the first are winning information explosion in which challenge will be considered into the process and transmitted was not killed. Now, for information on the technology and using effectiveness is the foundation of psychology, the method of communication. This course organizations is training to the sender and the speaker of message, challenges of the system between the channels through which information is processed and disseminated. Despite the numerous advancements the well received of information technology, it is the quality of the message who are the task to change of the sending difficulties to integrate technology in the course of the system. More information are generated and based on goals of the the message of the word published as people of this time, information was changed on WhatsApp. So generated, just imagine that any lesson was last year, we had a social attempt to manage information for optimal use. This is very sad. So Africa was almost in knowledge and coming up and information generation in the last 20 years. The goal was management. Africa as a continent has not been able to level up the dominion power and administrators. This improves computational practices and lack of personal development that became the efficiency and effectiveness of information management is made as a country. To see information managers using personal information where we call the personal internet and finally the system policy based on the access to the information. We have some information managers and auditors and challenges that we ever sensitivity of information and the challenge that confronted office administrators and information managers was the emergence of COVID-19 the year 2020. COVID-19 not only redirected our conventional ways of engagement, we got to be educated with a new mechanism of engagement. Although we are better up with it these days, many people, including BBC, that is before computer, office administrators and managers, and office and program and the dictated pace of imposed COVID-19 information management. Yeah, COVID-19, in spite of what it brought to the world in the year 2020, I must say that it's also a blessing to us. Many of the things we think we do not do for harming people, and we are doing them better and very different sources. Out of which are selling and untold challenges. Therefore, still in our faces some realities that also bring some untold now regime of meetings and information management took all new dimension. I also began to improve the data maintenance. No longer was being even for this truly. Unfortunately, some people have forgotten the reality of the world itself and this information mechanism that is on a jet plane these days. Only the fast thinkers who can think that the programmer dogs can match some cells to some extent the jet speed. Their conferees, as if this is not enough, office administrators and information managers should also face the reality of robots encroaching on their company. There's a good reason, as being clearly witnessed in other continents, to believe that robots will soon replace a lot of our jobs. I don't know whether you are thinking about that. In some countries already, robots are taking over some jobs meant for human beings. I think we should think about it. For example, the Tangi General Hospital has about 50 robots deployed throughout the hospital complex. The bad news is that this will lead to more unemployment. However, the good news is that this will not happen to many of us in Nigeria, and this information and disseminating information for about technology. So the good news is that you and I will not witness that. Concept is a based technology. Information managers in simplicity. Business has been the human activities. The dichotomy often witnessed between developed and developing nations, advanced and strong economy is motivated by technology. Mr. Gentlemen, to avail themselves of continued education and financial time to destroy the money these days. Expanded is the end of my second mission. Thank you. And God bless you. The first century has ushered in era of technological proliferation. Political the death of the dead. That is the information proliferation. As much as information is instead of us continuing with insufficient information, we are the first communicators, and we information exchange on the way that will be considered now, for your information on the technology and using effectiveness is the foundation of psychology, the mode of communication. This course of communication is introduction to the gender and
Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Youth and Sport, Osun State. Thank you for honoring our invite. So now we are, like I said, we are moving gradually. We are now to present to all of us another honorary awardees. One of the reasons why we are here. So we start by Dr. Vinaka, please. So we start by inviting the first honorary awardee on our list, Professor Jide Owóẹyẹ, Pros Chancellor, Chairman in Council, this City University. Please, let's keep clapping at the first year. We can do more than that. Let's keep clapping. Thank you.
Owóẹyẹ was formerly President of International Relations at the Awolowo University, Ife, where he did a pioneering work on Japan's policy in Africa and bagged his PhD in International Relations in 1987. Professor Owóẹyẹ rose through the ranks from graduate assistant to become a professor in 2002. He was head Department of International Relations and representative of congregation in the university senate, among other activities. He retired voluntarily from the premises of the university in February 2005, following the founding of Leeds City University, Ibadan. He was at one time the Secretary General of the home branch of Awolowo University Alumni Association, and later served in the same capacity for the national body for 2 terms. Professor Jide Owóẹyẹ standing here. It is Chairman, College Press and Publishers Limited, Jericho Ibadan, established in 1986. Chairman, Edison Thompson, and the National Consultant
of the Board of Information Management.
Listen,
2018, in spite of the fund brought to the board in the year 2020, I must say that it's also a blessing to us. Many of the things we still not to for having we are doing them
it's also we have managed microfinance limited 2010. Chairman is FM Radio 89.1 2015 and Lead FM 106.3 in 2017. The Chairman Board of Trustees, National Institute of Office Administrators and Information Managers, these activities are created in many opportunities for training, skill acquisition, career, and he has also extended philanthropic gestures through provision of scholarships to both tertiary and non-tertiary education. These contributions to socio-economic development has prompted several awards, which includes Award for Professional Excellence by the Central Council of Ibadan Indigenes in 2009, and 5 traditional chieftaincy titles: the Ọbáfúnmi of Ìbòkun, the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Ẹ̀kọ́ Òkè Ìlà Ọ̀ràngún, both in Osun State in 2008, the Ààrẹ Gọ́bánì of Ugboland, Ìlàjẹ, Ondo State in 2010, the Olóòtú of the song is and they are joining
information mechanism that is only a fasting cast that who can take that whether jobs can match some success to some extent the jet ski. Their conferees as if always administrators and information managers should also play the reality of workouts and coaching of their company. There's a good reason as to why success in one country. It is a great perspective to see the I don't know whether you are thinking about it. In some countries already, workers are taking over some jobs meant for human beings. I think we should think about it. For example, the target a few robots deployed throughout the hospital complex. The bad news is that this will lead to more unemployment. However, the good news is that this will not at this organization and disseminating information. Power about technology. So the good is that who are that will not witness that.
For you
represented by Mr. John NIOAIM. Honorable Lawal Aziz Olayemi was born on 3rd of June 1982 into the family of late Alhaji Bashir Lawal, popularly called Olonroeson. Alhaji Olonroeson was a philanthropist businessman. He was popular for his philanthropy and in and around the state. Apart from his statements he had a brain and fortune surgery. Young Aziz began his academic career at ABC Primary School in Kerala, Apomo, between 1986 to 1992, from where he proceeded to Ayédáadé Grammar School, Kire, and then Unity School, Kire, where he obtained his West African.
Avail themselves of continued education to destroy managing this end of my commission and government.
Such as Rotary Club International, several districts,
technology and youth effectiveness in the conditions I call of education communication. This course of education
what you can achieve if you believe in yourself and stand up to the things. Olayemi is current functional for youth technology in the state of Osun under the administration of Alhaji Professor Executive Married with children. I present to you President Olayemi Lawal. So we start by inviting the first honorary award on our list, Professor Jide Owóẹ̀yẹ.
Dr. Olusegun Aluko was born over 60 years ago, a chartered architect and a seasoned administrator. He holds a Bachelor of Science and Master of Science degrees in Architecture and PhD in Environmental Management. He started a blossom career as an architect with the Habitat Associates in Kaduna in International Relations where he did advanced policy in Africa and got his PhD in International Relations to that of lecturer. Professor Owóẹ̀yẹ rose through the ranks from the graduate assistant to become professor in 2002, many positions from head of the Department of International Relations and representative of congregation. At one time, he was the chairman of the Staff Union of Polytechnic, among other activities. He brought to be retired voluntarily of the CS of the University in February 2005 in the area following the founding of Lee City by the one time, the Secretary General of the Home Branch of the Department of Information and then served as the same capacity member for the National Body for 2 terms. Professor Jide Owóẹ̀yẹ standing here, it is chairman of College Press and Corrections Limited, Jericho Ibadan, established in 1926, chairman, Edison Consulting, the national president of Media Information Marketing. And this is in spite of the cost in 2020 of I must say that also a blessing to us.
of the things we do not to lobby for army,
it's also we have managed in 2010. They are managed FM radio 89.1 2015 and Lead FM 106. Our next hour being is Professor Afolakemi Oredeni, the Dean, Postgraduate School, ACT University.
Professor Afolakemi Oredeni, is an outstanding educator and insightful scholar, a remote administrator, a professor whose research interests span numerous aspects of educational management and scholarly leadership.
The in Osun State in 2008, the arrest of Odo State in 2010, the Olotu of the South is a member of
Nigeria Association of Educational and Research external examiner at both internal and overseas institutions.
And the commission manager governors are taking over some jobs.
Next on our list, Dr. Paula Adeyemi, Chairman, Epitome Group at Giant City. Represented by Mr. Honorable Lawal Aziz Olayemi was born on 1982 in the family of late Alhaji Bosho.
Dr. Paula Adeyemi hails from Odiomu in Osun State.
He was popular for his in and around Osun State.
And this public education who have been fully involved in journalism since 1987. Adeyemi has attended several constitutional and journalism schools in Nigeria. He is a member of Nigeria Institute of Education since 1994, a fellow of the Institute of Development and Customer Relationship Management, and a member of Nigeria Institute of Management. He is the chairman of the group with the following subsidiaries in Abuja, education, Epitome Printing Press, Training and Diagnostic Center, Musi Abuja, Epitome Clothing and Garment and Factory, and letters of them are the NIOAIM about 600 He is married with children. I present to you this business for and you can take it
what you can achieve if you believe in yourself and start.
Congratulations. Our next awardee is a man of God, Reverend Dr. the senior lead pastor, Molete Baptist Church.
Reverend Dr. Edward Kwendawa leaders from the GM. He's an ordained Baptist pastor. He's the lead pastor and minister in charge of the church. A church that has grown from mustard seed to oak tree under his
Master of Science degrees in architecture as an architect. With the associate of United International and that is PhD in international relations to that of lecturer. From the graduate assistant to become the professor in 2002, many positions from head of the Department of International Relations and representative of communication. At one time, he was at one time the chairman of the Assistant Tribunal of among other activities brought to the entire voluntarily of the state of the university in February 2005 in the area following the founding of Lee City University by the time, the Secretary General of the Home Branch of the Department of Education, and later served as the same capacity member for the National Body. Professor Julia is standing here, is the chairman of the Corporation Limited, Jennifer Ibadan, started in 1926, the chairman and the national of the President of Media. And this is why
national presidents, national association of professionals and private schools, even represented by Alaja Bashira.
Our next is the proprietor of the Lagos State Nigeria and the founder of Yomi Otubela Foundation. He is currently the national president of the National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools Nigeria (NAPS). Yomi Otubela is a trained educationist. He has a Bachelor of Education degree in Education with honors and a national certificate in education. He is a fellow of Chartered Institute of Management and Chief Otubela in many of the Osun State, some of which include National President of President, National President of Nigeria, former President of National Association of former Vice President of Innovation College of Education, the facilitator and national head of school summit mandate international 2014. The chief appreciation award
Next on our list, Dr. Paula
is Dr. Olayinka Joseph Adefele. They report that French FM radio station, Southwest Nigeria.
He started his education at a Saviour's Anglican Primary School in
fully involved in journalism since 1987. He has attended several hospitals and journalism.
He joined the services of Federal Radio Corporation Nigeria, where he worked as a presenter. He was also producing jingles while honing his radio presenting skills. Yinka began his music career in 1997 and dropped his debut album, titled Bitter Experience, in the year 1998.
Printing press, and diagnostic center, Musi Abuja, Epitome Clothing and and letters of them are the
Southwest states. The guy is married to the
same day of episode he is married with children. I present you this business for and you
There's an award I would like to present now. I refuse to include it in this program because if I include it, then she will not start. When someone is good, you have to acknowledge that and ensure that we somebody that wants to get tired of us. Someone that's always thinking about you I experience my I want to present application the member of
You mentioned something.
We want to quickly introduce and let you know that in our presence we have His Royal Majesty Obasanjo Oladokoro Oyebiro, Okwetu of Jeruland, one of the royal brothers of the one also, we have the University Librarian in our list, Salary Oshadi. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We want to call on one of the honorary awardees, and I'd like to just call on Professor Weke to, on behalf of everyone.
Thank you. Please permit me to stand on the existing protocol. Nevertheless, I still want to appreciate the chairman, Governing Council, Lead City University, in person of Professor NIOAIM. Also, please permit me to also recognize my Vice Chancellor, in person of Professor Adeyemo, and my dear registrar, in person of Dr. Mrs. Ayeni. I don't want to preach other levels, so please just permit me to stand on the existing protocol. On behalf of the awardees of today, Professor Nidio, Honorable Olayemi Lawal, Dr. Architect Olusegun Aluko, Professor Funake Mausa, Dr. Kola Adeyemi, Alhaji Fatai Dekule, Reverend Dr. Edward Kehinde Alabi, Chief Yomi Otubela, and Dr. Yinka Joel Ayefele. I want to sincerely appreciate the organizers of this organization, National Institute of Office Administrators and Information Managers, the maiden conference, and selecting the eminent people, recognizing the worth or the work in our midst. We are grateful and we wish the organization well, and we pray for greater heights. Thank you for the honor and the reverence.
Thank you. We move to the next agenda of the program, which is presentation by the first speaker presenter, Professor. Professor Oluwasegun Adedele, he began his long career in 1997. He obtained a Bachelor of Education degree in History and French from the University of Cambridge, Harvard. Title proceeded at Western University
and Diagnostic Center, Musi Abuja, Epitome Clothing and
SLS.
And letters of them
in 1971. He proceeded thereafter to Catholic University of America, Washington, D.C. to obtain PMLIS, Postmaster Certificate in Library, Information and Archival Studies in 1982. He got his PhD in 1983 from the prestigious Federal University of Ibadan. He was a junior research fellow from 1975 to 1978.
He is my good friend. I present to you this business
archives and workshops and conservation of library and archival materials. More especially, Professor Gabriel Oluwasegun for his research
What others have done, which is to stand the existing protocol. I think when there's a long list, it's just one and tries to recognize the pro-chancellor of this university, the founder of university. Also, I think I should also like to say that this university as well, because you recognize the office administrator of Nigeria, Dr. Tutu, as well. Our Lord's situation temple, that's quite a number of them here. You are recognized. The topic I'm supposed to talk.
You want to call on one of the honorables?
Basically, the relationship of records and archival resources in support of sustainable development. But before it gets there, I think I can quote that we don't waste much time. I'm particularly grateful to the organizers of this unique conference, of the National Institute of Office Administrators and Information Managers, and especially Dr. Adineko for inviting me to this event.
Please permit me to also recognize my past chancellor, in person of Professor Adineko. And my dear registrar,
visited my house, to ensure I participate in this conference. Obviously, my lifelong ambition is to ensure that of information goes organizations, public, and private in Nigeria is carried out effectively and efficiently. And our colleagues for coming up with this unique, which is a solid attempt to position the association
and of Reverend Dr. Edward
as human beings, and people to ask questions. And this distinguishes us from the animal creation. The famous 19th century writer, we are deeply famous poet, novelist, and so on, put this matter of
office administrators and information,
which I intend to use for my talk. He says, I talks of what, why, where, how,
recognizing the worth.
This is
we are grateful and which the organization and we pray for greater heights. Thank you for
their names are what, why, when, how, where, I'm using this therefore to buttress to underpin my discussion this afternoon. The topic assigned to me is very topical and relevant for our Nigerian society today. Humanity today is facing various economic, social, and environmental problems. These problems have taken an acute dimension in Nigeria. Different approaches concerning tackling these problems have been undertaken. One successful approach is a sustainable development strategy framework. Sustainable goals address the global challenges including poverty, inequality, climate change, environmental degradation, peace, and justice. The modern concept of sustainable development, of course, has its roots in the Brundtland Report published in 1987. The focus of sustainability in our times has shifted towards economic and social development as well as environmental protection for future generations. Global competitiveness follows naturally from the sustainable development as it has to do with the acquisition of a set of skills required to be a member of a community and the world. Being globally competitive requires development of global competence. So I go to the first question. The definitions of important terms such as records management, archives, sustainable development, and global competitiveness. These are terms that we shall be using so frequently during this discussion. What's a record? The records management standard ISO 15489 defines a record as information created, received, and maintained as evidence and information by an organization or person in pursuance of legal obligations or in the transaction of business. The key word there is evidence. Every record is the evidence of some transaction or the other. Records are not books and journals or materials created for reference and convenience purposes. Records are not museum materials as well, artifacts, sculptures, and pottery. Records include documents, maps, drawings, photographs, letters, vouchers, papers, and any other thing on which information is recorded or stored by any means, whether graphic, electronic, mechanical, or otherwise. What's records management? This is a field of management responsible for the efficient and systematic control of the creation, receipt, maintenance, use, and disposition of records. We have the records management life cycle running there, which shows most of us who are in the information business, information managers, and so on, recognize this life cycle as determining the basis of what we do. Records are created, they are maintained, they are used, and ultimately they are disposed of, or stored, or destroyed, as the case may be. Now, the point, of course, is that the important records that are valuable, that are valuable to society, there's a long list as archives. So, the one question, archives are records that have enduring value and are transferred to the custody of an archives for preservation and safety. Only 5 to 7 of the total universities. So I think I should also organizations, many parts of which has an archive in the are not mentioned quite a number of sustainable development. The most popular definition of sustainable development is development that meets the needs of the person without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Global competitiveness is the ability of the country to achieve sustained high rates of growth, gross domestic product. Now, the concept of sustainable development. The Brundtland report published in 1987 by the Brundtland Commission contained two key concepts. The concept of needs, as the first one, in particular, the needs of the poor, world's poor, to which overriding priority should be given. And the idea that will take much time, inspired by the of technology and social organization, of the environment's ability to meet present and future needs are also by the United Nations UN and chaired by the Norwegian Prime Minister Gro Harlem Brundtland. The Brundtland, they should explore the causes of environmental degradation and attempted to understand the interconnectedness between social equity, economic growth, and the environmental problems and development policies that integrate these three areas. The 78th United Nations Assembly adopted 17 sustainable development goals with 169 targets and 232 indicators on December 2015 under the official agenda transforming our world, the 2020 agenda on sustainable development. Nigeria is a signatory to this landmark agreement, which sets forth all these goals, targets, and indicators. The goals were developed to replace the Millennium Development Goals, MDGs, which ended in 2015. The SDGs are a bold, universal set of goals, and they streamline development actions for greater achievement of human well-being. Now, what I've done is to indicate some tables 1, 2, 3, and 4, to show us the social, economic, and environmental, as well as institutional indicators. This table shows us all the themes, sub-themes, and indicators. Now, when we talk about managing information is interested in the indicators. The indicators are actually those elements that we want to manage. These are the elements that should be passed on to the administrators and policymakers. They want to know, for example, what is the head count ratio. They want to know the unemployment rate. They want to know multidimensional poverty index, gender inequality index, nutritional status in our society, life expectancy of people, mortality rate. All those things are things which administrators and policymakers want to know. And these are the things which records managers and information managers, none of us belong to that profession, want to ensure that policymakers have. What we are all struggling to do is to get the right information to the right person at the right time with the least cost. And all policymakers, that's what they want. Without that, I'm afraid policymakers will have nothing to go upon. And so all the indicators are those elements which want to, they're embedded in records and information which we want to make sure administrators and policymakers have at their beck and call. What the tables are showing, therefore, is that if we are to achieve sustainable development, we must have information, both physical and electronic formats, to help in national planning. It is the inadequate data for national planning purposes in Nigeria that led one gentleman, Stokeland, 1996, to produce this classic work titled Planning Without Facts. This was a book written about Nigeria, Planning Without Facts. The unfortunate situation has hardly changed even today, as our newspapers still carry disconcerting information on the inadequacy of data and information for planning purposes. The assumption we are making here is that by record an important part that accurate and timely and relevant information can be made available for planning purposes. Crony had argued that consciously or unconsciously, most of our policymakers resort to a strategy of disjointed regionalism, meaning in practice, in the absence of adequate data, only a restricted number of control the unemployment rate and only a few multi-dimensional consider. Best guess, you would say, estimating. In other words, in an ideal world, we should aspire to perfect synoptic rationality based on a thorough evaluation of all information pertinent to giving decision making. In other words, in our society, we don't have all the information, all the facts not available. So we don't make required decisions. Decisions are usually not complete. And therefore, the conclusion is that most of the time, because we don't have data, the decision making mechanism, the decision we make are usually not the best at all times. What are the objectives of record information management? What are these objectives? The objectives of information management, which are to provide the right information, as I said before, to the right person at the right time, at the lowest possible cost. The information manager is, of course, interested in facilitating compliance with the current legislation. He wants to systematically control records from creation to final disposition. He wants to ensure that records can be admissible in court as evidence and protect the organization from risk. He wants to ensure reliable evidence of decisions and actions. Without access to the public, may not have the evidence for public officials accountable, but to insist on the pursuit of corruption. They are there, these office managers are there to ensure that better communication about Nigeria, running without finding for better situation. But to do this, when change in today, as our newspapers get access, concerning all that there's continuity of data, information in case of running purposes, and protect the assumption namely employees and customers. These are all the what we call the why questions. What questions? Now we come to the why questions. Now, why is record keeping by information manager generally important? Record keeping is a fundamental activity of public administration. Without records, there can be no rule of law and accountability. Public servants and officials must have information to carry out their work, and records represent a crucial source of such information. The collapse of records keeping systems in Nigeria and the recent text for office administrators and information managers. Now, prior to independence, well-structured and record-keeping systems were in place in this country with well-trained staff. The colonial administration left Nigeria with the National Archives of Nigeria for the safekeeping of important national and local records, and consider that regions who established parallel state archives there for the states. This one is unfortunately most of the time, many states have yet to have their archives, and many organizations now is to make records and archives at all times. Why what are the objectives of record information management? Some reasons that the objectives of information management which are to provide adequate information may be due partly to right practice, which some of us take off from our rules. The Information manager most of the time and colonial legislation. He wants to systematically control by the time the final disposition wants to ensure that records can be admissible masters or this evidence and protect the organization from risk. United wants to ensure that the condition of employment, is large. That access to not evidence will lay emphasis on the position, especially people of corruption. The public administration they are there actually office. There was a proliferation to ensure that this is a people about Nigeria. This is better office. And also has changed the papers and newspapers don't access the lack of consent in case we manage and maintain a presumption and they come with all the monitoring or employment of trained staff. The lack of training at the right time. And of course, reluctance to destroy records even when they cease to have any value at all. And arrival of what technology now we come to the volume. The volume of records was added to the chaos that we have in our society. So what we have today, and that's why I think it's economic and especially information and administrators, office managers, and records representatives, managers are coming forward to take the place to ensure that we have better records keeping systems so that information will be better managed in our society. Information. Without taking multiple time, what I've done is to identify some government administration left Nigeria with the National Archives left Nigeria, the rights are safety records required national and local outlets, and consider the rule of law. For the rule of law, we would expect that from the state, the keys to those organizations, legislative records, police archives, and many organizations now. Economic development, some of these balance of trade, records of fiscal, records of energy, records and so on. And so on and so forth. Now, the latter, while records managers come around the information manager most of the time, and colonial background, he wants to systematically control by the time the final disposition wants to ensure that records can be admissible masters this evidence and protect the organization from this risk. Wants to ensure which is the definition of employment. This takes the definition of employment is large. That next not evidence was made emphasis on the position when it was people is very simple. Management of records actually and according to the office also to ensure that this is a question about Nigeria. This is the management they are often records of training for milling at the right time. And of course, reluctance to destroy records. This is why this is have any difference here and there. And the arrival of what technology tell us that by human, all these managers have the information are important part in our society. So now what we are looking at then will be and we're not giving the recognition they deserve and records they deserve. The time has come and recognize them to take the place and ensure that we will have better records keeping management information society better manage information as we all know is information. Without taking multiple time, what I've done is to identify some The only administration left Nigeria with the national archives and the rights and state commodities required national task by local government and consider recognized important for the rule of law. The states conference holds organization the state recognized contributions to this rule and many organizations have it is to promote the development of a core organization who can manage this conference. No agencies and so on and so forth. To maximize this function, many modern government supply records managers also with a record center to manage the semi-current records. Information management most of the time also established a master which actually becomes the memory of the organization. Or archives this evidence and protect the organization. Document actions, very simple, to a halt. Also, the confirming citizens' rights such as benefits and land ownership, provide information on the starting service and great almost automated but small tax at the right time and long-term and short organizational tell us by all these managers have the information are important and what we are looking at them will be reporting and the recognition they deserve and these records they deserve to take the and so we are doing information society as well as what about the only administration archives actually for the rule they have to be directed and so on and so forth. To maximize this function, many modern are not able to manage the semi-current at all. There are other associations of this country. Must be application has to similar which go actually becomes the memory of the organization and protect the organization document actions they are the office of finance, the memories of the organization, and of course, finding information because they want to motivate the supporters at the right time. That is different ways for all these managers have their information. They are important as it's important
We have heart of fun. We want you to enjoy our little way of telling you we are grateful. So we come on this city dance group to entertain us for a few moments. Okay, while we are waiting for the dance group from this city, we go on to the third and the last. Okay. While we're waiting for them, we thought we could just relax a little, dance through, because all work cannot play that really make Sophia a good job. So we thought we can just dance and relax so as we just so please, you just crave your indulgence that we move on to the last paper presentation while we wait for the dance crew. We really want you to be part of us and take a look and enjoy, take a little look to what we do here at this city university. So we welcome the citation of the last newspaper presenter, Professor Joseph Odemiwa, special advisor to the state government on technical qualification.
Let's put our hands together for a second. Professor Joseph Odemiwa has been the teacher of office system management and professional business education since 1998. He was educated at the Federal College of Education Technical Cork, Lagos, St. John's University, Notre Dame, Indiana, Northeastern University at Evanston, and University Technology, Mara, Malaysia. A fellow of the Society of Teachers in Business Education, UK, American Society of Business Education, International Phonographic Society, and the Association of Business Educators of Nigeria. He possesses fifth managerial diploma in office management, technical teacher certificate BSc Ed, MSc Ed, ETD, PhD in business education and office system management, respectively. He was national president of the Association of Business Educators of Nigeria, APEN, and Workplace Educators and Managers Association of Nigeria, WEMA. He was also on the board of NAPTEN, Initiative. Professor
When resource managers most senior lecturer in education, the local plans of
senior lecturer in University of
final disposition, most of the records of development of evidence to protect the organization
in Nigeria in 2007, and here Committee on Benchmark for Business Education. He was also on the high-level policy committee on updating national policy on education in 2012. And office system management. He was a consultant to the and college of education within and outside Nigeria in business and office system management. He is a Mukhtar and office system management. He is presently the special advisor to Governor of Ogun State on technology. He is married with children. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you a distinguished at the right time and officer of a positive assertive person everything in business and professional education. Professor
the recognition they deserve and records they deserve. My time has come and recognize the results that we are better aspects in this management information society information as we all know is what we start is to administration level the rights are safe connected required national classification by local and consider the for the organization recognize police rules and legislation plan. It is
appropriately with any university, public or private in Nigeria. Sir, we appreciate you that you doing a good job and God will continue to give you up in Jesus' name. Ladies and gentlemen, if I have not been invited to this program, I will not forgive myself and I will not forgive the organizers, because I want to believe I should be in a better place to tell a lot of story concerning office management in Nigeria, having started from the lowest level, being a typist, a stenographer, a confidential secretary, a personal secretary, a higher instructor, up to, by the grace of God, being a professor of business education and office system management. It is very well to be here, and I'm proud to be part of what we are doing. I am happy for doing this team. I want to be sincere that what Dr. Adeneko, Dr. Mrs. Iro are achieving now are those things that struggled to achieve in the last 20-25 years. Congratulations. We were to listen to, we call it a dance or something, but I think we can dance a bit, before we go ahead. The cabinets will shape their body. Are you ready to shape your body? Cabinets will look down. Everybody look down. What did you say? You're not looking down. Then look back. If I say look back now, I don't know where I'm going. Then I can ask you to stand up. Can you stand up? Oh, the agreement. Thank you very much. I am sorry, Kabiyesi, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You want to do this as a Kabiyesi, I'm sorry. I'm sure Kabiyesi can do very well. Kabiyesi, can you touch your toe? Can you touch our toe? Then our knees, the back, this way. And how you now? Say you are better. Sit down, please. It is my pleasure to be with you this afternoon on the topic of professional ethics as a tool for enhancing the job effectiveness of office administrators and information managers in Nigeria. I am sorry I have not recognized Professor Mrs. Sorede, my dear sister, and a member of my confraternity in Agwe, and my sister in Rebola. We are happy to see you. We are proud of you. You are doing well in history. I have to recognize that this was my colleague then in those days. But not the whatever. When we talk whatever, I call Mr. Adineko, I will call you really. Anyway, the issue of professional ethics is a global phenomenon, necessary for success and professional pride. We all ought to be proud, but not arrogant. Different professions have their peculiar ethics or successful practice for such profession. There are ethics of medical practice, law, journalism, nursing, and teaching. Practitioners in these professions are expected to behave in certain ways or follow specific code of conduct as laid down by their professional bodies in performing their job to guard against actions or behaviors of their members that bring their professions into disrepute. We are all making sure that our professions, our personalities are referred to as being reputable. So, because of this, the issue of ethics is important. Wherever we are, in whatever we do. Concept of ethics. Initially, I was looking at about Professor that but at the time we were doing university, I was in others. That is the last gap. So I thought, then he went to my office and said, you see what down the jams that when he was preaching, I was the mother to God. So I was looking at him. I want to see whether I want to double what is sort of also. So I've been fighting people and anyone so they don't down what we do. Our we are proud of their office. This immoral behavior is an aspect of philosophy that refers to the principles of right and wrong that individuals asking as free moral agents is to make choices to get their behaviors. It is derived from the Greek word ethos, which means way of living. We want to look at the way of living of office managers. When they move, the way they move, want to know why they move that way. When they talk, want to know why they're moving that way. In those days, you know, when we are writing the agriculture plan, before you are good in that area, you will be very good in phonology because we write sound. And so when I begin to speak my phonology, because I like sound to say, oh, yes, I'm going to coach. I'm protecting what I'm doing because I am a short writer. I write sound, I speak in phonology. Of course, I have dropped that now. Information systems raise critical questions for both individuals, organizations, and societies because they create opportunities for intense change and laws to strengthen existing distribution of resources, rights, and obligations. What is administration? What is management? Management and administration. I want to look at it because today we are talking about office administrators and managers. So it's fine for us to talk about management and administration. The same. There are clear differences between the two. While administration has to do with formulation of policies and setting up of objectives for the organization, management has the function of putting into practice or executing the policies and establishing the framework to achieve the administration's objectives. I am happy the Pro-Chancellor is here seated and the Vice-Chancellor is here seated. That is the administration of its city university. Policy makers, office administrators, and information managers. The office, also known as administrative unit, plays coordinating and controlling role in an organization. We need to tell people one thing: when there is no office, there is no organization. And what we do in the office is purely record keeping. What we do in the office is purely information management. And that information, management cannot take decision. And when management is not taking decision, administration is not objective. Now, a department the office is an instructional unit that plays coordinating and controlling role. Coordinating and controlling role in an organization. In a department or unit of the organization, focus include administration and management, those that serve corporately and those serving individual offices or department, individual officers or department. If I want to look at the first office worker in this city, university, Ibadan, I will ask Dr. Ayeli, the Vice Chancellor is number one office staff. Where am I going to be employed? Register me, write a letter on behalf of council, or the secretary to council. The executive, the decision of the council. Whoever, one way or the other, will be queried by the registrar, whoever is representing. In fact, the letter of appointment of the Vice Chancellor in most cases is written by the registrar on behalf of the council. So this is number one office staff. Registrar is number one office staff. The part work of council in any organization. The corporate officers, no, that's the office administrator. That's the corporate administrator. Yes. Now, they include the permanent secretary, the executive secretary, the director general, the general manager paid, the director of finance and account, the director of administration and supplies in the civil service, the registrar, the boss of international institutions, the company secretary, administrative manager, personnel manager, etc. in the private organization. These are the first line of office staff. They are on the side of the owners. They are in administration. They are involved in policy formulation. You can see now the difference between the office administrators and office managers. The registrar is an administrator, office worker, because he's part of those people that formulate decisions, they are meetings, go ahead to implement. On the other hand, office managers are the executors of policies and assistants to office administrators. They are called by several titles as front officers, executive assistants, personal assistants, data entry officers, etc. All the staff in this category handle office information. They are members of the office information management team. Members of the office information management team. Evolution of office administration and management as a profession. Office administration and management evolves from clerical work, general correspondence, bookkeeping and accounts, stenography, secretarial studies to secretarial administration, and office technology and management, accountancy, and financial studies, business management, business administration, and entrepreneurship. Gone are those days when office administrators and managers are addressed as chief clerks, bookkeepers, children typists with technographers, confidential or personal secretary. Just come on and say you are still a secretary. When all of us can manipulate the computer, when I can just type my things and print them, they want to say, oh, you want to come and take dictation. I am sure the business is not calling, no one calling anybody inside, come and take dictation. All this time, whether you are working corporately as registrar, as bossa, I am not talking of Liberia, as registrar, as bossa, or the company secretary, or the permanent secretary, you are all of you. I remember when I was entering the civil service in the 70s, when we left the chief clerk was the one that signed my letter of appointment before the Western State. Chief clerk. So when you say you are permanent, you are clerk now. You are registrar, clerical property now. Role of office administrators and information managers. We live in a world of technology. Another based economy that is being propelled by effective gathering and dissemination of relevant information. This is a globalized system where stream of information technology innovation, from the internet to wireless networks to digital phone and cable systems, continue to transform the business world. These innovations are enabling entrepreneurs and innovative practitioners to create new products and services, develop new business processes, and transform the day-to-day conduct of business. All these fall within information management, which is the form of office management, whose functions as listed by WWA 2006 are receiving and collecting information on the internet, sorting and classifying information, processing and interpreting information, recording and keeping information for future reference, communicating information. Everything about the office is information, but not the kind of information for Nigeria. Not the kind of information that want to be referenced in the textbook. The kind of information that is necessary for the attainment of organizational objective, so that the organization will say, we have succeeded, we have worked effectively, we have been able to attain our objective. The information that is necessary of it meant. The information is meant for something. It's meant for profit. It's meant for workers, and the role of the office managers, that is the personal assistant to the administrator of the office, are very, very important. Entry point of any organization. And when the entry organization has been welcomed, and so the event has been created to give you a good impression of that place. So when you see in the office management together, supporting themselves, working well, smiling, they are operating. It makes sure that the organization is good image. When it's smile all the time. What do you do? You say, oh, this person, she loves everybody. Yes, must love everybody. Oh, this person, oh, let me go and tell her, I want to date with you. You are living in this. So, pray to be presented. To be put in. Just anything I give them, say, I remember a time when I was walking like that, I almost they are released about loud because I was chewing gum like a baby. I would make sure what I put on is the mask like a baby. I almost put on music because of their general personal appearance. My secretariat used that time to put on my word, the kind of shoe I should wear, everything, even not when I would have it fine. Because I must be attractive. When I mean attractive, organization is being attractive. It's not just for me, but it's for the organization. All these functions enumerated by NIOAIM 2006 confirm that everything about office administration and management is information, without which the administration cannot achieve it. The office manager will have been called office information manager. I repeat, maybe the best title for us should have been office information manager. So there will be difference between the information officer in the information, the information manager in the liberation, and also people that information. We all dealing with information. But our own is office information. That information that is needed to administer the office and make it effective. What was the office administrator, office manager, office manager handle in this role? The office administrator occupies a leadership position, overseeing the entire office support staff, while the office manager functions as an administrative support professional that understands the technical know-how of running an office officially and strategically, enhances job effectiveness in the office through ethical practice. I want to underscore ethical practice. If you ask so many of these people here that started like me, they will tell you stories. There are so many things you do to shield the organization. There are so many things you do to shield your boss. I used to have a boss I sleep now. I won't call him a womanizer, but he loves men. And then I will put on every line, every trick to make sure that one does not meet the other. And next time, incidentally, I was a pastor. Don't tell me, pastor, you tell me, I am diplomatic. I am not a liar. I have to save my board. Because I was saving my board. They said, I'm so much time now. Yes, you now come and be preaching to us and sharing what they get people and study the tracks. Now, you know what you are doing with your body. Yes, I have to show you. I have to defend. I have to defend organization. That is one of the things of office and keep our secret. They say, make Nigeria better. Effectiveness is the degree to which something is successful. In producing a desired result of success, something is effective if it produces the intended result. The what there is effectiveness. Both the office administrator and the office manager are image makers of the organization, or unit of the organization, from which the work is to handle information. Inquiry to be made, university, to the registry. that require treated well, go back and say, that list is fantastic, and prepare the registry. If inquiry is needed in the office of the Vice Chancellor or the office of the Chancellor, the first person that will there, that person will be called the personal secretary that will welcome you to file and do well. If he doesn't do well, go back and say, Vice Chancellor. But you are not saying the Vice Chancellor. Oh, professional is dead. Why you are not saying the Chancellor? Only for someone representing office of the Vice Chancellor, representing office of the Pro Chancellor. How these people collect information, or communicate information, or give information, portray the image of the organization to be good or bad. While every organization is expected to have an ethical program, every professional body also needs to have a code of conduct for ethical good for practitioners of the profession to be seen as responsible, reliable, and effective. Every office or organization depends on the staff to be seen as acting ethically. The organization will be acting ethically if your staff act ethically. If they are not acting ethically, the organization is not acting ethically. If their behavior is good, the behavior of the organization is good. If the behavior of the staff is bad, then the organization is bad. So, for effectiveness, the ethical aspect for office staff is very important. When a group of people tend to be professionals, they take on special rights and obligations because of their special claims to knowledge, wisdom, and respect. Professional codes of conduct are promulgated by various professional associations, and these associations take responsibility for the partial regulation of their profession by determining entrance qualifications and code of ethics are promises by professionals to regulate themselves in the general interest of the society. Promises by professionals. Promises by members of the office administrators and officers of Nigeria to behave in the general interest of the society. Collectively. Induction, yes, which one of them that can come to and I want to go to the doctor. Because some of them that behave very well as professionals. And now they can compete with colleagues. They are professionals. You have started an institute. You are not telling the whole world that those people are bringing together. We do whatever we are doing in the interest of the plurality of the people. It is not just an association, it's a professional organization. Professional organization agree to behave well in the interest of the people. What will entail society in the behavior of office administrator or office manager for organization effectiveness include confidentiality. Confidentiality. Please, are you ready to call confidentiality? Confidentiality. Again. Confidentiality. Again. Confidentiality. To be sure you are not sleeping. You are not sleeping. You know, all of us want to keep some confidentiality. I was asking a very senior colleague the Vice Chancellor of one of the universities in Abuja. Madam, how was the life? Said, Prof, confidential. Confidential. Do you want to know the details? I said, Prof, I am sorry. I am sorry. He said, and mine was confidential. That confidentiality is about one ethic for whoever is going to be an officer, either as an administrator up there, office information manager down here. Every business has confidential matters, and the information passed through you in the office. I had a tribunal problem sometimes ago when I contested for the House of Rep. And then incidentally, an old colleague of mine was a personal assistant to the presiding judge. And they were to bring out my judgment. I thought, Wale is there. So this is the one that is citing the judgment. Wale. Anyway, he was the one doing it. All right. I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about it. Later, when I got that he knew everything about it, I didn't. I lost the game. He thought I would fight him. I went to say, Wale, congratulations. That time I have left him behind the typewriter. I was already classroom in Lagos Polytechnic, training secretaries. I went back to say, I congratulate you for being a good professional. Yes, you are close. You are classmate. I left you on this job. I went to teaching. I had a case to work, but you didn't. You keep the confidential. He said, yes, he was not breaking me. Anything that concerns your mother, your father, and your others, don't reveal the secret. That is number one ethic in the profession. Integrity, honesty, respect, responsibility, discipline, punctuality, comportment, or what is called appearance. Comportment, appearance. You know, like I said at that time, because some people are working with their work, cannot do that all. Look there what we are producing. That is actually your family woman's writing. You should be a teacher woman. This girl shall have very good. Which you have to be for teacher. I want to explain this. Oh, Russians, I am sorry. I'm forgetting that I am sorry. The madam is also she enjoyed the job. Said, right? Oh, yeah, you right. We are training graduates, but we train their way, the way they work. Right. Computer said, we send them. And by the time they finish their program there, we send their test. The stipend will be different. The way they put on their things, different. The way they smile, different. The way they put their lipstick, different. And what they put on the match. That is the duty of whoever is involved in office, administration, and management. Look at Dr. Zadele. And look at Dr. Will you agree with me that he's an experienced grandmother? Grandmother, now put your hands together for the grandmother. They are professionals in this. And so, just stop putting and I have my hand. Because I don't think that. Why? I don't comport myself so that I will keep a young man. Comportment, humility, efficiency, and from the government way, loyalty, and courtesy. Liar, you have to be very polite. When you are coaching, people will be interested. And when they are interested in you, they will be interested in what you do and the organization for which you work. All the above and others are classified into responsibility, being responsible for the consequence of every action taken, accountability, ensuring that mechanisms are in place to determine who took responsible action, and liability, performing according to the provision of the law, failure of which one will face the wrath of the law. While unethical behavior can be caused by lack of resources, lack of commitment, poor remuneration, threat, ethical behavior will enhance better service delivery. Attainment of organizational objectives, harmony at work, prudent use of resources, united workforce, and it will reduce conflicts. Cannot do without conflict. It will only be reduced by recognition, by recommendations. One, the Institute of Office Administrators hosting this conference should seek an enabling law that regulates the practice of office administration and office information management in Nigeria. If you are not regulating those that are coming, how they come in, how they operate, they are not a professionalist. Please endeavor to do that. God will help you. Two, endeavor to have a list of codes of conduct for its members. So that when they now say, oh, Mr. So-so-so, or Mr. So-so-so, or Mr. So-so-so, do something wrong somewhere, you're not going to rely on the judgment of those people. Find out yourself, because it's your colleague. That's what you might say. Sorry, that's what we say. I started with Jebu. And when you combine Jebu and Itesha together, what they will produce. When Jebu do that, Itesha also. And you go look at Itesha. So I won't combine what they are today. So no. You have to go back, look at the thing yourself, because you are colleagues. Know how that person was trained. Know the kind of thing you should be able to do and what you refuse to do, because you have code of conduct. Organizations, public and private, you have list of ethics for the practice of information administration and office management towards the attainment of organizational objectives. Use of office administrators and information managers have a disciplinary committee for every member to maintain credibility. All you want is credibility, not just that individual being credible, but the organization, your professional association to be credible, because one finger can affect all other fingers. An injury to one, they say, you know, they say injury to all. Government and the private sector should decide a new nomenclature for practitioners of office management to replace the second fiddle nomenclature of what they call, thank God, they don't call it people like that now. Anybody now that knows how to manipulate computer, doesn't know how to use that word as a secretary. Most times I feel frustrated. I get annoyed. And when they now put their finger, they will take one hand there, go out, and feel like slapping that. You don't know keyboard. So the whole secretary teaching, I just have this up there. Only trade I love. You know, so please let us take people out of being a second fiddle in the profession of office administration and office management. Maybe just bring somebody that is sweet or philosophy, individual to come and be managing the office and say, see, just to write. You can only speak English. He cannot write. Doesn't know the qualities of a good business letter. He doesn't know how to write convincingly. Doesn't know how to request for credit facility. Can you write? It's just a grammar speaker. I say, no. When I was in one of the universities, You come and be teaching business communication. And I said, what is PhD communication? Go to mass communication. You are not there. Go to mass communication. Go to mass communication. But this, well, we don't just communicate. It is business communication. We communicate in a way that thank God for what you are doing. I want to be one of your bones behind to find it, because some of them are getting out of the graduate. I will not leave you, but you are doing what ought to be done. Then I want to add this. Ladies and gentlemen, when I was presented, I could see only ladies coming around. I wanted to join them. I was like joining them. It is not women profession anyway. It's for all of us, men and women. Dr. Deneka, Dr. Wedoro, look at that. Do something so that they won't say it's a man war. Suggest a new nomenclature. Assistant Office of Women Managers for qualification holder. I don't know the reason why people that big office technology and management or information management to be in training officers can become permanent secretary. They are the professionals trained for that job. And now see people in history, in philosophy, in sociology, and have been taking over what we want to do. In conclusion, it is not being said that an ethical culture drives integrity, respect, accountability. It empowers an organization to attract and retain quality personalities. Good ethics increase credibility and commitment. Thank you for listening.
That was a very beautiful one. Let's put it together for Professor NIOAIM. Thank you very much, sir. The theme of this conference is repositioning office administration and information management for innovation, sustainable development, and global competitiveness. We have listened to the keynote address titled Information Dissemination and Management in the 21st Century, Some Realities and Untold Challenges. We have also listened to the first lead paper presentation, Managing Nigeria's Record and Archival Resources in Support of our Sustainable Development. And equally, we have listened to the second lead paper titled Professional Ethics as a tool for enhancing the job effectiveness of office administrators and information managers in Nigeria. We appreciate our speakers for doing justice to the topic. Thank you very much. On this note, we want to do the dancing and the checking of the body. We want to invite the Lis City dance group to take the floor and entertain us for the next few minutes. The dance group, please. Are we ready? Thank you very much. But I couldn't even lift my leg to clear of the. On the agenda, what we have now is the interactive session, but we would like to keep our guests waiting. If you have any question, just send it to us. We send it to our presenters, and the answers will be published on our platform, on our different platforms, for those who have any questions to ask. Before I call on the treasurer of the institute, Mr. Fred Awose, for the vote of thanks, I would like to invite the president of the institute, Dr. C.E. Adenekon, for a brief remark.
Good afternoon once again. Good afternoon once again. The treasurer is coming to read the formal vote of thanks, but I must give my personal appreciation because my chairman, my vice chancellor, my registrar have been seated here, the librarian, so I can't just let it go. And our KBACs, the two royal fathers, I'm seeing them for the first time. We wrote to them and just our letter, and they recognize that these are people they should honor. We can't take that for granted. Thank you for coming. My chairman, my father, my mentor, I can't say enough. Professor Deborah has said a lot about secretaries, and that's our humble beginning. But I used to tell my team members that it is necessary that we develop ourselves so that we continue to grow. If somebody like Professor Demo, where we stand as a professor today, and tell us that he started as a clerk, typist, he said, the typist, the stenographer, then we know we are hopeful. Are we hopeful? Yes. So you need to start developing yourself and achieve greater heights. So I sincerely want to appreciate Professor Demuiwa, because the last time I saw him was when he was there with us briefly, and it's just a letter you saw. Thank you so much, sir, for coming. I also want to appreciate our father, we call him Father of IRM, Babcock, Professor Alegbele. You know, he's a well-respected personality in the information management program. And when we established this institute, and we look at the two areas, the office managers and the information managers, I know that we must continue to carry along the information managers. So the lead presenter has to come from the two angles. And that is why we fetched Professor Alegbele to come and, be a lead presenter, which our information manager, the library personalities, and the health information managers can look up to in this profession. So we appreciate you, Daddy. Thank you for coming. Okay, I want to appreciate my Vice Chancellor. He has been seated here as the chief host. He's a very cheerful person. Anything we want to do, anything we want to do, is just ready and willing and so free. You can get his attention, not so formal. That is his person. Please let me appreciate the Vice Chancellor. Now, this administration University, where I have, when I started working at PSC campus before the university was licensed, and that person has been a mother, a role model, a mentor. I can't say enough. When I say mom, it is not mom of just mouth. Mom of somebody that knows when you are pregnant, when you want to deliver, what you have to do, when you are nursing baby, and the guidance has been there. And that is no one but my registrar, Dr. Mrs. Olivia. I sincerely thank you. Okay. So I also want to recognize our leader here, and he's the university librarian, Mr. Olaniwaju Oshani. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you. I also want to, the fellows, before the fellows, let me finish with the guests. So many of them have left from University of Ibadan. Professor Olami is still here. Thank you so much, sir. He is here representing himself because I invited him, but the dean of the postgraduate college also asked him to stand in for him because of meetings. So thank you so much, sir, for staying back. The Dean Faculty of Education and Arts, thank you. Dean Faculty of Law, we appreciate you. I also want to recognize Halaji Mashallah, is representing my neighbors. Are you still there, sir? Halaji Abbas, thank you, sir. Thank you for coming, sir. Okay, I will now come to the members, great members of NIOAIM. I'm going to ask you to stand up in your category, your various categories. So fellows of this great institute that are present here, please stand up for recognition. Please let me appreciate them. Fellows, please stand up for recognition. Thank you. Thank you. I should have please have your seat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Without this set of leaders, we would not be able to achieve this kind of success. I appreciate you so much because anytime we are dropping the ideas, Professor Yedo is also a fellow in among them. Thank you for joining us. He said, Madam, I'm an administrator and I would like to be a member. And I said, it's common to all administrators who are saying that. And here you see the fellow of the institute. Anytime you drop an idea, you're ready, just go out of their way. We have over 100 participants in making conference. I've been part of so many conferences starting this way, But to even get 20, 30 participants, they will have to come and say, come and present. But all these people are expending their income, their hard-earned income to come and, expose themselves because they believe in the leadership of this great institute. I appreciate you. The next category are the professional members. All the professional members, please stand up for recognition. Please let me appreciate them. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for giving the call, and I'm sure that you are going to benefit a lot. And you have even started benefiting. I can see that satisfaction is showing. Thank you. And the associate members, are you there? Please stand up for recognition. Yes. Thank you for coming. See, do not despise the day of your little beginning. You are growing, and this is the right step that you are taking. We also have student members. Student members, if you are there, please stand up for recognition. Student members, please stand up for recognition. Thank you. Thank you, because we get there by God's grace. Okay, so we'll now invite Sir, Professor Demiwa. It is not a women matter, but our males at the BOT level, I explained that Professor Yeko Badiso is in Ghana on an official assignment. Malam Bukar Mustafa is in Kaduna. We asked him just to stay back. This program is being watched online, so it's online currently with us. And that is why we are recognized not in absentia. Thank you, sir. And we have so many males amongst them. I'm using that, sir. Okay, so our treasurer will come and represent the vice president, who is not available absent. Mr. Fred Alonso, please come forward to read the formal vote of thanks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my able president. Permit me to just stand up as the protocol. Appreciating all our guests. I want to start with the chairman of the Board of Trustees, Professor NIOAIM, members of BOT, NIOAIM president, NIOAIM executive, conference organizing committee, and the entire members of NIOAIM. With deep sense of appreciation, we thank the special guest of honor, Dr. Wasiu Alatubosun, ably represented by Dr. Bumi Babalola, and Honorable Olayemi Lawal, Royal Fathers of the Day, His Royal Majesty, Oba Dr. Solomon Olagoke Akinola Oyeyode, the Oromanian First of Oko Land, and His Royal Majesty, Oba Sunday Oladapo Oyediran, Oni Petro of Italian Land, for gracing the occasion with us. We equally appreciate the conference chairman, Professor Abel Olayinka. Sir, thank you for accepting to chair the conference. We thank the keynote speaker, Professor Soji Aremu, the lead paper presenters, Professor Alebele and Professor Odemoyiwa, for accepting to share their knowledge and wealth of experiences with us at this very first conference of the Institute. To all our honorary fellow awardees, we are grateful to you for accepting to be part of us. We appreciate over 100 participants from within and outside the Institute for their interest as demonstrated in the high number of papers submitted for presentation. Also, we thank all members of this great institute for their unalloyed support . Vice Chancellor of Leeds City University and management staff for accommodating and providing us with an enabling environment. We are extremely grateful to all deans and heads of department from Leeds City University members of the Faculty of Communication and Information Sciences, staff of other faculties. Our special appreciation goes to all staff of our great Department of Information Management for their commitment to the success of the conference. We say a big thank you to the student representatives of the Department of Information Management, Bohim, Lisa, and himself. We appreciate all the deans, directors, and heads of the department from the University of Ibadan, Babcock University, Federal Polytechnic Ilaro, Lagos State Polytechnic, Yaba College of Technology, the Polytechnic Ibadan, Delta State Polytechnic, Auchi Polytechnic, Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, NNDC Kaduna, and other sister institutions for honoring us with your presence in spite of a very busy schedule. We certainly thank all the gentlemen of the press, the president and chairman of the organizing committee. I appreciate the commitment, diligence, and dedication of members of the organizing committee and various subcommittees for a successful hosting of this conference. Finally, I wish all our participants both physical and virtual an impactful conference. God bless you all.
This note, I have the privilege to once again invite the chief host, Professor K. Adeyemo, to declare the opening session of the first national conference of the National Institute of Office Administrator and Education Managers, NIOAIM, closed.
Once again, on behalf of the Council, the Management Staff of the University, we appreciate you all, our campus, and thank you so much. And all the participants, we thank you for coming to our university. And also, I just want to mention that some of the members, we have conversion programs that will definitely improve you and make sure that you are like the West of everywhere and the grandfather of this. So, I'm actually of my decision choose. I have declare the conference closed. So,
I have the group photographs.
Where is this? Hold on. Yes, ma'am. Fine. Whenever you move, no, we are using the output. Also, electors. That's why we say that don't go too far. Rather zoom. And get to anything that. Can we end the video now?
I'm just pulling her legs when I said 10. So serious. Come on. Are you so serious? I'll just play my I'll just play my one day, I'll just still online. Not online on Facebook. I'll put it online and I'll send the link to you. Don't worry, I will not live stream. No. I just did small and a bit small type. Just churches when you mention the one person. And no, I tell them that make my wife pass. I just like I just travel. But the man of our priest doctor, see, Timon go put me. Make I so, you know,